We're just south of Marshfield, Missouri. We're going south on A Highway. We left Marshfield and we went, like I said, south on A. We go 3.3 miles after we leave the city limits, and we'll be going right onto Bell Ford Road. Coming up here. The first section of Bell Ford Road is paved, and then it turns to gravel. And I'll set the trip meter. And we take Bell Ford Road. I believe it's 1.7 miles, and we'll be at the property. It's a large piece of acreage with an enormous amount of direct frontage on the James River. Property is about 5 miles outside of Marshfield, which puts us about half an hour from Springfield. I was going to start the video right at the property, but I thought, no, I'll start it on A Highway and I'll just keep the camera running. It'll just take us a couple minutes, especially if I drive like a maniac. Had we kept going south on A for about another mile, we would have seen Bell Springs Road, which you can take as well, and then it runs into Bell Ford Road. That might be a little quicker if you're coming from the south, but coming from the north out of Marshfield, just take Bell Ford Road right through the property. Nice, quiet, peaceful area, but still just a few minutes out of Marshfield, which is a great town. And also really close to Springfield. It's so hard to find properties on live water in this area, let alone the James River, which is, you know, certainly one of the premier, if not the premier river in the area. It flows through Webster County into Greene County, and down into Springfield, and actually forms Lake Springfield. We've gotten about a mile, so we're getting closer. James River is super popular for fishing, floating, canoeing. I was out at the property earlier this morning, and the water's low. It's just that time of year. It's late November, so the water's low, but there's still some fish in there. Stay on Bell Ford Road. Kind of veers to the left. And we'll be coming up on the property in about half a mile. I don't have my maps with me, but I believe the property's a little over 7 acres and has about 1,000 feet of direct frontage on the James River. So really pretty unique property. Okay, we're coming up on the property. It will be on the left, and then I'll actually pull forward to the river. There's the blue gate, so you'll know you're at the property. And I'll pull forward and we'll take a quick look at the water, and then I'll back up and we'll go on the property itself. James River. It's looking down the river. This is looking up. We're looking right into the sun, so I don't know if it'll come out on the video, but everything on the left is the property. Let's back up and we'll have a good look at it. private out here. Got this nice open field. Could be great for a garden or for a yard. Could be hayed. You could get a few bales of hay, and then we've got some woods up there, some timber. Of course, the big draw is the river, so let's go check that out first. I'm going to leave my truck running. The battery's been a little funky this morning. There we have the James River. Beautiful. Pretty section of water, nice and clear. It's very wide right here. It gets a little more narrow as you go upriver right now anyway. And as I said, the water is down. Super, super pretty. This property has a couple different access points where you can get right down into the water with a little boat or a canoe. Let's drive up and I'll get one of them on the video. In fact, the guys were out here this morning and they brought a little boat and they put it in the water and just messed around and wanted to play in the rivers. The property includes just about all of this bottom field. There might be a little slice on the north end that isn't on the property, but just about all of it. It goes up that hill. I've been up there. There's some nice views. There's a house that you can just barely see through the trees up there. When the leaves are on the trees, you'd probably not even be aware of it. But this is the access point where the guys put the little boat in. This is a big gravel bar, gravel and sand. You can walk right down to the water. Awesome. I don't think we've ever had a property with this much river frontage. This is going to be kind of a long video because there is just a lot to see on this property. So much river frontage. Here's another spot. Really peaceful. Other than the sound of my truck running, it's really peaceful. But yeah, you can hear the babbling of the, it looks like two channels that meet together here. Looking down the river. This is pretty steep down right here. It could be made less steep, of course, with the skid loader or little piece of equipment, but the access point where we just were previously would be the place to put in a small boat. As we get toward the east side of the property, there is an existing fence in that tree line, and that'd be about the east line of the property. There's the fence, just about 10 feet in there, and it runs all the way up the hill to the top where it flattens out. That's a hay rake. This was hayed this last year. But we've got big timber. Like I said, nice views when you're up there, especially if you removed some of the trees. Basically, you can build wherever you like on this property, but keep in mind that this bottom field is going to be in the 100-year flood zone, like any bottom field adjacent to a river. So if you want to stay high and dry, probably want to head up that hillside at least a little bit. Amazing property. It would be pretty tricky to find a better investment than riverfront land in Webster County. Really just a special property. If you've been looking for river frontage, then this pretty much has it all. It's awesome. It's the 7 acres on the James River, south of Marshfield and east of Springfield in Webster County, Missouri.